All right, I'm back to the recording with an improved lighting situation and a short deck tech of this version of Farms. As any careful watcher will see, this is actually recorded in the future. I'm already 1-0 in the tournament, so a little spoiler, even though it will be queued before the whole challenge. In the YouTube playlist. So the big point, or like big difference from this version of Farms to the one I've played before with Meeting of Minds is abandoned attachments. So I'm not playing Seagate, Oracle, or Meeting of Minds, and instead I'm playing attachments with some flashback spells to discard for value. To me, the biggest draw towards playing this style of the deck, of discarding for value that some people like with Modern Age, was Deep Analysis. I think Deep Analysis is a very, very strong card in this deck. But my issue was always that I don't think Modern Age is a proper playable card anymore. I think it aged very badly compared to what it was a few years ago, like when I had a brief return to Pauper in like 2023. I saw like Gates and other decks playing Modern Age, and it was like actually like a fairly reasonable body. It was like an okay card back then, but I don't think it's an okay card anymore. The power level is a bit too high for in the format. The cards like Uthra Monitor is just bodying Modern Age so badly. And Abandoned Attachments is basically like Modern Age that is good. Sure, it doesn't have a body, but it works better with your deck as it can be rebought with Archaeomancer. You can hold it up while holding up other interactive spells. It lets you go even on cards, unlike Modern Age, which goes down on cards. Like it produces a 2/3 body as a card, but it's not a card you really want, which was the point I was making earlier. And like, if the body is not worth a card, then you are going down on resources, which is not great. So yeah, I like attachments both because of the instant speed and because of trading neutral on cards. And yeah, it adds more velocity to the deck, more things you can do against like Graveyard Hate with Archaeomancer. You can like cast Archaeomancer. If they let it resolve with Spellbomb in play, you can ephemerate before in response to their Spellbomb. If they Spellbomb with Archaeomancer on the stack, you can then play attachments on instant speed to get a valuable card to pick with it. So yeah, nice extra ways of outplaying Graveyard Hate with Archaeomancer. And yeah, once again, just like an okay effect of Tormenting Voice to just discard draw 2. And yeah, it holds the deck nicely. And once again, Deep Analysis is really, really good. I'm playing one main deck, one sideboard. I took this split from Tommaso Los from Pisa. Shout out to Tommaso, who finished, I think, 10-4, 11-3, 10-3-1 maybe at the last Geddon. I think like top 32, if I'm not mistaken, with this kind of this version. So basically I'm playing his list with very small changes. I have third planes instead of 8th island. I have third ephemerate over second prismatic strands, and everything else I think is the same. Speaking of strands, I think it's like a reasonable card to have. It's nice to have a Archaeomancer lock with strands against monocolored decks game 1. And like it gives you out to beating something like Boggles way easier than going through all the like Infinite Life, Infinite Birth setup. And it's a nice tool against like Madness, obviously Elves, Also, like buys you 2 turns against terror, which is nice. And yeah, I don't really think it's like a very strong card. But it's a nice thing to have to discard for value, both with attachments and to like opposing familiars. And I think it's like an effect that sometimes, fairly often, will be kind of clutch in various scenarios that I already mentioned. Also against Clark Clan Shaman out of Jund game 1, which is something that Tomasa pointed out to me when we were talking about it, which makes a lot of sense. But also an effect that I would be wary on flooding on. So yesterday I've played the challenge and I top 4'd it. I've had the second copy in the sideboard over second Stonehorde Dignitary, but I thought about it and there isn't really a reason to play it over Dignitary, I think, because when you want this type of effect, from the sideboard that is, when you want this type of effect, I think that Dignitary is just much, much better than Strands. Because it can stop everything, not only like a single color of threats. It works against like Chrysalis. It works against like very spread colors. Which, to be fair, few decks have that you want Dignitary against have spread colors, but some of them will have like colorless things, like Chrysalis out of red-green decks. And I guess that's the most important thing. But yeah, other than that, it's more or less the same version of FAMs I've been playing for a while. So instead of 3 copies of Meeting of Minds and 3 copies of Seagate Oracle, kind of just became 3 copies of this and 3 copies of this. And then I was playing 1 Remove Soul over this Azurus Chancery, I think. And the Spring Geddon, which is the last time I've played FAMs in like an important tournament. But yeah, deck's good, and as you can see from the bottom of the screen, match number 2 is starting, so I'll be right back with match number 2.